Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music that I haven't heard or games I haven't played as a musician myself. Today is a platinum request for Lord Daddy. This is Etrian Odyssey Untold, or 2 Untold. This is the Night of Fafnir, and the song is called The Wind Doesn't Draw Heroes. This is a 2-for-1 video, so I'll be listening to this, which is the original, and then a super arranged version right after it. So this is very short, it's only a minute 30, and let's get into it. I know this is Yuzo Koshiro, I'm a big fan. Let's get into it. This is apparently a town theme. Let's go. Smooth. Sounds like a Barry White song. Hide Your Girl. Yuzo Koshiro has such a broad palette. Acoustic guitar and a jazz piano. Oh, bass. It feels like it's straight out of like 1974. Oh man. Yeah, that for sure loops over and over and over. Alright, let's listen to the super arranged version. I'm very curious what they're gonna do here. It's probably gonna sound way different, but I'll hold my thoughts. So this is the super arranged, it's a little longer. Again, The Wind Doesn't Draw Heroes, Etrian Odyssey 2, super arranged. Let's go. Yeah. Saxophone? Oh my god. I don't even want to talk. That bass line is going crazy. Someone get Alex Mokola to play this. He would have fun playing this. Ooh. Hold on, we're getting sexy. Whew. Ooh, strummed octaves. I think that's a nylon guitar. I had that plasticky kind of string sound to it. Bro, this is amazing. Oh, that bass. I can't get over that bass. Fingerstyle. Trumpet. I have this so loud in my ears. It's so good. Percussion is very impressive too, changing it up a lot. Kind of reminds me of like those sitcoms from the 70s, like their intro. The Blank Family credits roll. Oh my god, dude. This is why I do what I do. This is literally, I know it's a super range album, so it's like, you know, not the, you know what I mean? It's the same thing though. But the fact that this is music, right? Like video game music is music. It just depends. Well, I mean, I know it as music, but like the people that don't get it, they just have to hear it in a different light. If you showed this song to anyone, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that was slick. What was that?" Well, actually, it's from Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold. Huh? You know what I mean? It's just like, what? It's like, yeah, I know. VGM is sick. Even the other day, I had a comment on one of my videos. I read most of my comments, like a good 95% of them if I have time. And this person was like, okay, I've seen a lot of your videos and you seem to like all of them. Like, surely, you know, this is just for clicks or something. And I couldn't help but just kind of like smile at that, because I've always been an advocate for VGM. I've always felt this way. And the fact that I keep getting new stuff every day is like, I feel like I've been just blessed, right? So yeah, I'm gonna like most, if not almost everything that gets sent my way. Everyone that watches my channel is pretty much on the same page as me, agreeing that VGM is the shiz. So it's kind of hard to really mess up VGM. VGM has always been this like underappreciated art. Now, it doesn't mean every song is great. I've had some bad apples. It's okay, you know, but even then I can appreciate it. But I'm just saying though, like, it's stuff like this that like really shines through, and I get to see and hear these composers that were before my time, that were, you know, been around since longer I've been born. Stuff like that. Like Yuzo Koshiro has been around forever. And man, this guy has so much. I don't know who composed the Super Range album, but it's all based on his work, so I'll just count it. But shout out to whoever composed this album too. But there's a lot of genres, there's a lot of soul, there's a lot of flavor, and just a lot of love to these tracks, right? Etrian Odyssey may not be the most popular game. Maybe it is among like the RPG crowd or something. I don't even know if it's an RPG. But I've never heard about it growing up. You know, even though I've missed out on just about everything, I still was around games like most of my life. But this one never like came into my sight. I never heard of it or anything. and yet, you know, the music is still like that. You know, it's just as important as a AAA title, so to say, or something like that. The first one, which was fantastic as well, laid the kind of groundwork, right? The Yuzo Koshiro groundwork. And in that song, like I said, it sounded like a Barry White song. It sounded kind of like this funk and soul, not funk actually. It was like soul and like R&B, rhythm and blues. And I just kept seeing like someone like Barry White, like this shiny green outfit, singing to like a bunch of women in the crowd. He's got his jerry curl and everything. And then the second one, really, you know, these super arranged tracks are like really like big appreciation and a big show of love to the originals, because now they have real instruments, real performers playing it. And it's always nice to hear, because instead of comparing them, because that's silly, it's more of a, well, look what could have been, or look at like what we've done with it with modern technology and modern stuff, you know, right? Because I'm sure a lot of these composers in the 8-bit, 16-bit era, they would have loved to hear their songs sound just like this, because in real life, they're playing real instruments just like this. And they've had to make do with limitations, which for us, luckily, sounded great. But, you know, they probably intended it to sound closer to this. So I'm sure Yuzo out there, when they heard this, are like, yes, absolutely. This song had so many genres in it, and I had to keep track. There was R&B, soul, funk, jazz, some hip hop elements as well. Percussion was all over the place. The horn section, the saxophone, the trumpet, they're all doing their stuff. But the bass, I'm not kidding. Someone has to tag Alex Mukula and just be like, have you heard of Etrian Odyssey? The Wind Doesn't Draw Heroes. Actually, just Etrian Odyssey in general, by the way. But this one definitely had that fingerstyle, like slap pop bass that I really like. It's really cool. And then they had that really cool bridge section with the nylon. I'm pretty sure it was a nylon guitar solo. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But what's funny about this song is it's apparently it's a town theme, right? But when I hear, I think of more like a menu or a lobby. But what I really think about is the term muzak. I don't know if you guys have heard of that term. Muzak is basically the kind of subgenre of music of like, think of like lobbies, like an actual lobby, like going into like a dentist or something like that, or a mall, music playing in the background, or a menu of a game. That's muzak, or an elevator, stuff like that. I don't know the exact definition of it. I just know it consists of those kind of that atmosphere. And I kept hearing that, you know, I could totally imagine going into a doctor's office, sitting down, reading a magazine that I don't care about, and having 6 people called before me, even though I got there first, and I'm hearing that in the background. So, but that's cool though. That's cool. We don't appreciate that music when we're young or whatever, but when we get older, we kind of like, hey, that was actually kind of interesting, you know, because when you're there for something and you're distracted, but when you have it in your ears and you can really just dissect it apart. I have been a big fan of Etrian Odyssey. Lord Daddy here has requested a bunch of it, and honestly, it's some of my favorite stuff on this channel. And some of them come with the super arranged versions as well, so we get this like kind of 2-in-1 deal. But even then, just still, Etrian Odyssey is. I don't even know how the game looks or plays, but please let me know. Is the game as good as the music? Is the music better than the game? Please be honest. I appreciate honesty. It's okay if one of them sucks, but I can tell you the music does not, for sure. I love this stuff. The wind doesn't draw heroes. Don't know what that means, but it doesn't matter. Thank you, Lord Daddy, and thank you to the Etrian Odyssey fans, and again, Yuzo Koshiro for providing these amazing tracks throughout our decades now. Decades. If you want to make a request, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine, and those are guaranteed ways I will check out your request if you do not mind waiting in a pretty gigantic wait list. I am only one person with about 2,000 requests. So, and that's not an exaggeration. If you wanted to expedite your request to get it to the top, there is the Platinum Trophy tier on Patreon. More info about that over there. And a big shout out to my current Platinum supporters, Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, DJ Singletone, Your Average Metalhead, and Mushi Mary for being a part of that. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for watching. Thank you to Lord Daddy. And I will see you all later in the next one. BGM rules. Peace.